We've got Rus versus Byzantines, right?
Ooh, that's a matchup that I don't know. It's
Oof.
really been fleshed out enough. I
It's
feel
it
like,
it has been. Rus is not really a Civ in this matchup. Rus is a victim.
yeah, well, that's why I said it hasn't really been fleshed out. Send me a group invite when you can, but I feel like Roos maybe could fast castle on the Men at Arms. It feels like Byzantines knows what they're gonna do, but Roos is like question mark. How do I play this?
As Rus, honestly, I'd probably try to play this in feudal as the Rus player. Because
Roos,
once you hit Castle Age, yeah, your eco is decent-ish, but Byzantine scales a lot better. The horse archer is gonna have a bad time against either javelins or longbows. Then we got the what's the word? We got the cataphracts entering the field, and we start losing the fights because our front line is not up to scratch. Our back line does not kill these guys, so we need crossbows, and now we're forced into a composition that will get utterly crushed by longbows.
Yeah, it feels like it's Byzantine sandbox, and Roos is just going to try to play in it.
A little bit.
So
maybe we're gonna see a wooden fortress rush or a Kremlin rush. No, we're not gonna.
So
we're not gonna see that.
I don't. I don't expect too much of the cheese strats as it's come to be known, but you never know. I mean, Byzantines, you want to get them off berries. You definitely want to limit their access to stone. Could we see some Dark Age Rus here?
The thing is,
against Byzantines.
What does well against Byzantines? People who go against them in Dark Age, who tower rush the winery, so they're forced.
Tower rush.
Or they're forced into Hippodrome. And Rus doesn't do any of that. Rus does fast castle.
Yeah, that's why I said it wasn't so fleshed out, right? If Roos goes fast castle into horse archers, Roos is just trying to say, good game, go next. But maybe they can hit them with a really sharp castle age timing with men at arms. I know sometimes I'll try a fast castle into men at arms to really throw Byzantine off and just idle out their eco because Roos can get there really quickly. But I don't know how well it will work.
Oh, by the way, this is game number 3. The score is currently 1-1. But it should be just about done. Let's see. Can we get into? You are in the group. Let's hop in. So yeah, I'm definitely favoring Ezra's choice here in terms of civs on Arabia. I hope the drum can make it work. I'm excited to see what Rus can do. I'm hoping we're gonna see a blast from the past, a good old blade game where you go onto boar and then triple archery range on that and proxy attack. But let's find out as we hop into the game. You want to do the honors?
Yeah, so spawning in the south, in the gorgeous color orange, is Ezra playing Byzantines. Pretty much the community is split as to whether it's 3 on stone or 2 on stone early. Ezra's going with 3 on stone. Sort of a side berry spawn, not too bad for Byzantines. I'd be kind of happy with this.
That would be so nice to be tower rushed if you were a civ that does that.
Yeah, this is one of the spawns where I'd look at it and I'd really have to consider it because you're also blocking the deer there too. In the north side, you have Drum playing Roos in the color yellow, and a slight change for Roos in the most recent patch, and that's hunting cabins are only 75 wood. So you need a little bit less wood to get those guys up, give you the opportunity to sort of put them around the map a little bit earlier and get some of those passive resources, passive gold generation. But as I mentioned earlier, I don't know what Roos is going to do here. We do have a triple hunting cabin open, though.
Yeah, this is very nice, actually. The triple hunting cabin means you have the second scout a little later. But at the same time, how much did he chop? Yeah, he chopped 80 wood right there to get the triple cabins up. And that means you passively get enough gold for the pro scouts. immediately up on aging. It's actually really nice. It's almost like it was made for this civ.
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing about Pro Scouts on this map is both deer and the boar are sort of on the east side of the
Oh
map,
god,
so
that's so nice. Imagine you just
yeah,
put a
you
Kremlin
kinda,
in the middle there and be happy.
yeah, you can kind of bypass Pro Scouts a little bit with this sort of generation here, with a Kremlin, with some wooden fortresses, and you don't have to sacrifice the food on the deer that just slowly degenerates as you bring it in with your scouts. So with this spawn generation, Pro Scouts is nice, but I would strongly have to consider just, going old fashioned, hunting cabinet, and playing it that way. Let's see what landmark we have. All right, so Golden Gate, not very surprising here. Golden Gate, just economically speaking, makes the most sense. Kremlin is good for a defensive landmark, but I don't expect Byzantines to be the most aggressive feudal civ. They tend to be a little bit more passive. They tend to try to get to Castle Age while getting their mercenaries up and running.
Yeah, I mean, I always say, look at this Kremlin position, but I don't actually ever expect it to be a Kremlin. It's just not a thing to be done. And against Byzantine, they can go Hippodrome, they can go, as we see a dead Rus scout sitting next to the Byzantine TC. They can go early aggression with horsemen. It's not bad, but honestly, they want to go Grand Winery and just scale their mercenaries. And so, as the Rus, you're quite happy with this spawn here, with the triple food sources together. You just make one wooden fortress in the middle and you're happy to go. And now your hunting cabin that you need to put here only costs 75 wood. That's really nice.
Yeah. Ooh, we had a little bit of a foot race that Ezra won. Immediately upon that scout dying, you saw the remaining scouts, Drums and Ezra's, make a beeline towards those sheep. Fortunately, Ezra was in front, so he was able to steal those sheep from Drum.
Yeah, that's 11 sheep for Ezra, and we've got, wow, total of 6 sheep for Drum. That's a little sad. Yeah, Ru's not happy with that one.
Yeah, Drum donated a little bit to Ezra's cause, but sheep, not Byzantine's primary food source. These berries are what they want, and as Byzantines, you also have that south spawn, and I feel it's important to check the trade posts. We could get some feudal age Mangudai. Normally, I'm a fan of those,
Drum roll.
especially against Rus.
You're really a fan of that? You like Byzantine Mangudai?
No, I just like Mangudai in general, but and they're cute and they're cuddly and they're just so much fun. But a play I would love to see, very unlikely, but if you were to sneak a mercenary house in the north part behind Drum's base, you can get French knights. It's not going to happen. Look, but the possibility.
If the trading posts were in the left and right corners, I would consider doing that. It wouldn't be a good play because it's so much lost mining time, but I would consider doing that just for having knights. But yeah, this is not going to happen.
Yeah, not going to happen. We can dream. Pro Scouts coming in for Drum, so Rus kind of looking like they're just, hey, I want to go to Castle Age. We got an archery range coming down, so maybe we'll get some feudal age archers to, poke and prod. Yeah. Probably not the best investment, because if you're not going to commit to it, the mercenaries alone from Byzantines are just going to absorb those.
Ezra, come on, Okay, he sees the archery range now. And he sees the hunting cabin. I don't think he knows how many scouts are on there, but if he checks the deer in the fog, then he should be aware that they are vanishing. So he should know that there is no possible way that he needs to queue spears towards his winery. Did he change the rally point? Yeah, he's now going forward towards the deer camp.
Yeah, and that's where these archers are actually going to help out a little bit, is securing this Pro Scout.
Yeah. And here comes the stable to deal with the archers. I don't think that Drum actually scouted that there are spears coming, but you kind of expect this your opponent to immediately go for the counter. We do have a mercenary house, and javelin contract has been chosen. Interesting to me. I honestly, generally, I'd expect, because you don't really need to fight the Rus in feudal unless they actually feudal all in you. Then javelins are great, but in general, you just go for the greedier option in the longbows.
Yeah, I think jabs are just more of a hedge against the possibility that Rus goes into horse archers. Jab throwers are just going to perform a little bit better. The recent changes to horse archers make them less terrible against longbows.
Slightly less terrible.
Yeah, slightly less terrible, but it also makes them more terrible versus jab throwers.
Fair point. You know what? That's an absolutely fair point. Anything that has high ranged armor will now perform better against horse archers. Nice snipe there. You just need 4 to 1 tap. That thing.
5.
Why did he 1 tap the other one? Oh, because he got poked by the spears. That's right.
He was already hurt. You need like 5 or 6, I think. So
can I click a carcass? Okay.
First knight coming down. These jab throwers do not see it. They are out in front. Jabs are going to take some damage. Limitane, though, are going to be able to reinforce.
Yeah.
And drive that knight away.
So the close deer pack lost 38 food on the carcasses. The further away deer pack... Yeah, I'm not going to be able to click that, am I? 306... 299, so that's 50 lost on the further away one. A little bit over 50 now that we're going to the further out deer.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the meta to develop where you sort of do a little bit of a deer push so you take less of a loss. I'm joking.
Wait, deer push in the meta? Never seen before. Mind blowing.
Yeah.
Ezra is going...
Blacksmith.
It looks like he's going straight to Castle Age. He still does not have his feudal tech, so it could still be that play. But with 7 on the gold, this looks like he would be opting for the greedier version. And Drum, still committed to feudal right now.
Yeah, and Ezra, I think he sort of has a free pass to Castle Age if he wants it. He'll have to deal with some Knights raiding. We see them kind of pushing out onto the map a little bit, but he's kind of walled up. He's got enough spears, and he's got a good comp where he can play a little turtley here. And I don't think Roos is in a great position to stop him. Ezra doing a good job scouting. He sees the knights and the archers reposition. Archers might try to get a little bit of a snipe here. They're going to get the snipe. That scout's going down.
Yeah, but with the tower on the gold, he basically sees everything coming. The knights are moving forward in that direction. He knows naturally where the gold is, but does not know that this wall is currently going up. Also, Ezra's entire army is here, so that helps.
Yeah, and because of those mercenaries, right? They're, I don't want to say a free unit, but they're essentially a free unit. He can defend this. He has more than enough to defend this. He's got defender's advantage. He's got enough spears. So he's just going to go his merry way to castle. He's got some towers here. Knights are going to wheel around, but Ezra sees this, and there's really no
he can actually finish
value.
the charge. Ezra's not reacting, but he breaks it off because Limitane auto-trigger from proximity.
Yeah, I don't think there was a big fear there for Ezra.
No.
It looks like
if he could get a connection with the charge, he loses 2 vills here, but kills 4 knights for it. 3 knights and a scout.
Yeah, that's not the trade you want. Here's the other thing about jab throwers that you kind of like is the higher base damage allows them to at least do more than tickle the knights.
Yeah, that's 9 damage against 3 armor because he does not have the range defense just yet. Oh, trying to steal the deer here right in front with full vision. But if Ezra gets baited out here, he does have enough jabs to easily hold this. But if he gets baited out with the Limitane to go for the scouts, that might be bad news for him. Yeah, it's still good trades for Byzantines. Like the Limitani are all on shield wall. They don't actually lose that much. And now Ezra is just gonna step forward, and he actually broke off his plan to go castle if we look at his food spending. But he's still super heavy on gold, so a little bit of a miss macro there. Yeah, gotta fix that. Gotta go on the deer on the right side that are also being stolen.
Yeah, so Drum a little greedy there. Got took a lot of damage to steal most of the deer pack. Ezra, again, probably doesn't care all that much. You got berries in the back. You do eventually want to olive grove transition around the Grand Winery, so not going to lose any sleep over those deer being gone.
Objectively, this was not worth it for Drum in the slightest, but because Ezra mismacroed so much while he was busy microing, we've got Roos going to Castle Age right now, and so we've got a timing to actually do some damage here. High Trade House coming in the back. It's not gonna be the best High Trade House ever made, but hey, what can you do?
Beggars can't be choosers here. I'm gonna guess 120. I haven't played Roos in a little bit.
You're very
so
generous,
sure.
but I'm gonna go with 105. This is not a great High Trade House.
It is not, no. We will see. So I guess collect relics and die is what Roos does here, right? I'm not really...
That's generally what I expect to happen, yes. Because like the Byzantine army is already super strong in this moment. Ezra has enough gold on the bank to just immediately start spamming cataphracts. He also has a bunch of olive groves set up already. Castle Age is through. Let's see what we've got here.
Yeah, and also not lost on the Jav contract is the fact that you get camels. While you don't want a lot of camels, you want a couple camels to debuff those knights out there. So that's another reason for the Jav contract in this matchup.
So we've got veteran archers on the way for Drum. I mean, he has 22 of those, so that upgrade is always worth it if you go for that. And we've got an immediate monastery that Byzantine doesn't even need to build because they have a winery.
Yeah, I don't know, I mean, how many relics they can realistically expect to get in this matchup versus Roos. Definitely one, but it should be a 4-1 split at the very least. Right, there's the age up, but you've already got the Warrior Monk queued up, and Warrior Monks just move so quickly. So Drum is going to have to... He's going to have to kind of, you know, mess up here for Ezra to get 2 of these relics.
Yeah. Still got deer carcasses carried off on the right side, but when they arrive at the Roos base, I guess they hold about 100 food. So that's not a whole lot of longevity that he's got left. He has the berry patches around his base. He still has the boar to eat if he has the map control to do that. But yeah, Ezra already has farm set up, so the Roos window will eventually close as we see horse archers walk out on the field. Is Drum going
Oh,
imp?
no.
Drum, what's the plan here? We've got 1,500 food.
Streltsy? I mean, Streltsy actually aren't the worst option.
I mean, against Javs, they kind of suck, but...
Yeah, these horse archers are not going to have a nice day. That is a foregone conclusion. Jav throwers, there's a cataphract out there. You know, you even have shield wall from the Limitane. So I guess maybe a little bit of mobility, but I mean, Ezra's blob is just, you can't take that fight. Cannot take that fight.
Yeah, currently cannot fight that at all, and we see cataphracts being added, and just Javs. It's just going to be Javelin backline and cataphracts front. And, you know, the 25 Limitani do help to soak up some damage too.
Yeah, but this is kind of what I was alluding to earlier, right? Roos's power spike and Byzantine's power spike, similar timing, except Byzantine's is just stronger.
So
in their power spike.
The crown of guessing the high trade house goes to Mark because I said 105, you said 120, it's 112.
Okay. Good job, Mark, there. You win nothing.
Yeah, it turns out I'm just a pessimist in life, and
I'm a little optimistic here, but I'm not
good
optimistic
for you.
About Roos at this point. Roos is going to have to get some walls up because those cataphracts are free to raid. Ezra's base is fully defended, so not really going to worry about taking his cav out onto the map. And maybe Imp is what's going to save Roos here.
Yeah, Ezra needs to think about securing the next gold. He still has one more gold. Nice connection here on the cataphracts by Drum. Just catching them out with all of the horse archers and all of the knights as the cataphracts try to go for a raid. But yeah, Ezra is on his second gold now in the base, and that's 4,000 to 0. And he only has the one relic secured.
Jab throwers coming out, and Drum forced to turn tail and run here. Horse archers, knights alike don't really want these jabs being thrown at them. Oh, a couple horse archers get left behind. Another one gets picked off there.
I'm just looking at these half-health cataphracts and I'm thinking, yeah, they just tanked like 6 knights and 5 horse archers firing at them for half a minute.
I don't know if that's a misclick or if Drum is making a peace offering to Ezra, but he is bringing a relic.
Okay, I mean, that's a thing you can do. There's also a monk right next to it that picks it up. I mean, is that a peace offering? It feels kind of coordinated.
Yeah, jab throwers kind of kiting back a little bit here. And this is where jab throwers start getting annoying because they're hard to kite with due to the long animation of their attack sequence. But if you can master that, they're still a really fun unit to have here and really necessary to deal with all these archers, horse archers that Drum has. And
the way that Javs want to fight is you step up, you shoot once, you step back. And your opponent cannot retaliate. And then you step up and you shoot once and you step back. And you just rinse and repeat.
Yeah, so this is the power of the Byzantine spike. They're in full swing. Farm transition is mostly done. They've got some berries that they can go grab if they want a couple more mercs. They got 24 jabs. They're just gonna go in full send, and I think Drum just kind of dies here. Night Wander's too close. Jabs pick him off, and Ezra's on top of the production.
I like the reaction here. Immediately going for the reinforcement line with his cav, as he should. But yeah, we don't really have an army yet to fight the main mass of the Byzantines. Like you'd have to go archer crossbow pretty heavily because archers in high numbers will eventually beat out Javs just because of the higher attack speed. But yeah, that's still 45 Limitani, 23 Javs, and 8 cataphracts. I don't think that Drum has an army to deal with that at the moment. 17 knights, yeah, but there's 46 spears on the map.
Yeah, so to answer your question, Drum does not have enough to take this fight. And Byzantine is sort of like Zerging from StarCraft. That's what they do here. I like Drum's response, though. He's running into Ezra's base with his horse archers and knights. And Ezra's going to have to quickly come up with the defense here or take some eco damage. And it gets Ezra to pull back. This is a good window for Drum.
He just needs... The problem is there's one opening in those walls. Exactly one. And Ezra's army is about to close that opening as he chases all of the wilds out of the gate. And now he's stuck. I mean, he's killing 6, 7, 8 wilds there, but he's about to lose his entire cavalry mass for that. And then what's stopping Byzantines from just walking back into the base?
Well, they burned their hole out, but I think their mindset is this. Some of you may die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
I mean, that's the only play he has. Waste Ezra's time until you build up an archer mass that can potentially battle this. 41 of them right now. It's getting better. It's slowly getting there. Very slowly.
Ezra with a split of his forces to try to outflank Drum's retreating forces here. Knights turn around to get a charge.
Oh, I don't know about that turnaround.
Gonna be forced to take a fight here. There's no escape.
Yeah.
Ezra outflanked him. This army is going to be lost.
He could make it away if he just goes for the gap right now. Maybe just a few of them, but instead we're trying to juke around the wood line. Ezra, though, has full vision. We've got a gap in the front now, but there's another army waiting there. So if he goes straight top now. Go straight up. Go straight up. Do it. Run.
Ezra's bringing his archers down to try to save. Cataphracts are peppering them, though, on their way down, and these knights are going to be lost.
Well, we saved 5 units. For now. Okay, we saved 4 units. We saved 3. You know what? The scout made it away. That's what counts.
The scout lived. He lived to go back and tell everybody about this Byzantine horde that is coming their way.
Yeah. And honestly, we have 12 camel riders, but if we have a way if we had any way to deal with the 8 cataphracts, then this archer ball could potentially kite this to death. But we don't. We just don't have anything. We have 6 crossbows. That's not enough.
No, but Drum was able to get up an emergency keep here. Ezra does not have siege engineering, so Zero Siphons aren't really an option. So this keep is going to be troublesome, but Ezra has a big enough army where he could burn it down if he wanted to, but it's going to be expensive.
Yeah, and as far as economic damage goes, I mean, we killed 8 villagers, so Drum is slightly ahead in that regard. He has 1 more relic. He would have had 2 more relics, but things happened.
Donation.
And
yeah.
he has the passive income from the hunting cabins, which there's a fair bunch of them out there now. Wish we could see that. I guess Cow has an interface to see that, but we don't have that here because he's busy. Let's see. Here's the big fight. No siege whatsoever for the Rus. We are fighting next to a keep, and Ezra's just trying to snipe the relics away, but he did not bring any monks. But he can't be staying here and just tanking the archer shots like that. That's gonna be very expensive eventually.
Not where you want to fight if you're Ezra here. You're taking a lot of jav thrower damage. They're hard to replace even at this stage of the game, and he's gonna commit here under the keep.
Drum, don't engage with the knights. Don't fight with the knights. Just keep kiting back.
Put the knights in the keep, and then kite back with the archers.
You know what? I didn't think of that. That's probably also a really good idea. We do see Spearmen coming out now. Spearmen also a decent choice here, as the Javs have very low attack speed. They don't really do too well. We have some cataphracts in the woodline doing damage. And if they are not discovered, they will wipe out that woodline. But yeah, horrible fight for Ezra. He lost his entire front line because they are not archer-proof. The only thing that is safe against arrow fire is the cataphracts, and they're not here.
Yeah, they're in that woodline trying to get value, but those cataphracts are going to go down. And Ezra brought a monk up. Maybe he thought he was going to be able to steal these relics, but Drum, for now, has survived and, you know, took a fight that's kept him in this game.
Yeah, the 5 cataphracts waiting outside the base. If they were in this fight, I'm pretty sure that would have gone very differently. But
yeah,
Drum...
but behind this...
Oh god, look at that.
Ezra has a second town center, so he's going to slowly pull ahead.
Yeah, and then look at Drum's base up at the woodline. Guess what's next for our Rus player?
Trying to take a look. Try to figure it out. Farm transition?
Farm transition.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Ezra's farm transition is not done, but it's mostly done.
He has 1,800 food per minute. Drum has 400. It's not looking great. And Ezra is transitioning into veteran horseman at this point in time. Drum is still... I mean, Drum is adding in his own spearmen now, so that's not too bad.
Ezra's going imp, and we're going to get Nest of Bees, I think, here. We're going to get a foreign engineering company for the siege, and I think that's going to be Ezra's way to end this game.
Yeah, kind of feels really bad if you're the Rus and you see sacred sites being lit up against you. That's not where you want to be. Did we have...
You know what also feels...
Yeah,
feels bad
seeing
is
that imp
this
pop up.
matchup for Rus.
Yeah. Did we have Saint's Blessing in that fight just now? I don't think we had, right? Don't think the archers were glowing.
No, I don't remember any warrior monks being there. But Drum, farm transition, getting completed here. He's up to 1,100 food per minute. Ezra opted to reinvest into military. He had what he needed to go imp, but he decided against it. Keep coming up to secure this gold vein. And that would be Ezra's one weakness if this keep goes up, but I don't think it does. I don't think it can.
That's a lot of frontline here for Ezra and absolutely nothing for Drum. Like, the horsemen are just gonna feast.
keep gets cancelled, villagers are running away, and yeah, Ezra
Oh god, it's a
just found the
disaster!
keep at the right time.
Yeah, some men-at-arms are in there, they're taking a few shots, some spears have been added in, but yeah, Drum not being able to get that keep up. If he gets it up, that changes it a little bit, because Ezra's gold is about to run out, as he wanted to go up to Imperial Age. But yeah, he just can't fight this army right now on open ground.
Yeah,
Okay.
we got another emergency keep being considered. Blueprint gets cancelled.
It's too late for that. It's just too late. He has 18 spears, but he can't take a fight. He can't stand. And even with 18 spears, your opponent is sitting on how many cataphracts is that? Okay, there's only 4, but yeah. You generally want to have a lot more spears than your opponent has cav.
Yeah, no siege engineering yet from Ezra, so not going to be able to really take this fight from under the keep. Hopefully he learned his lesson from the last fight that didn't go his way. Nice little raid, horsemen running around into the back, and no walls. They have easy
Been
access
discovered.
into
Oh,
that
does he
woodline.
have the upgrade? Oh, come on, Ezra. That's just disappointing. Anyone who does not get this super cheap Expeditores upgrade that gives you more damage against villagers and also traders, and gives you free gold trickle when you kill workers.
Yeah, this is
Just get
where the stage of the game where horsemen become so annoying, because they're the fastest unit. They're hard to keep up with. Ezra, though, is going to sacrifice these guys as he's focused on the southern sacred site, or the eastern sacred site. But yeah, there's Foreign Engineering Company. That is his way to close this game out.
Yeah, Imperial Age is about to hop in. Drum is nowhere near that. I mean, his farm transition has progressed to a point where he has 1400 food per minute. But Ezra is far beyond that. 700 olive oil per minute, 2000 food. That's more than 2000 once these guys go back to work.
He's got over 3,000 olive oil in the bank, so he can pick up a hui hui pow if
Look,
that's what he wants.
He's gonna go for triple hui hui pow because we're winning in style. He's not doing that.
Listen, I'm okay with it, right? You got Nesta Bees, you got Hui Hui Pow, and you got Royal Cannons. I think Royal Cannons are the best option in this situation. But if you want to go Hui Hui Pow because you're a man of class, that is also okay.
I would argue for just sell the oil and go for the gold.
He's just got a keep problem, and I think Drum knows that this is it. His window is closing. He's got to move out now, and he's moving out. And Ezra's going to take this fight without elite upgrades and probably still win it.
Jabs are already elite. We were talking about Byzantine here. Just set it to faster research speed and you're just gonna chew through everything. These elite jabs, they do 18 damage.
Yep. This is where you go GG next. There's no coming back from this.
Yeah. Drum's food income actually lowered because he was pulling workers away to go for the forward gold.
First Royal
yeah.
Cannon on its way up. Keep is no longer going to be a problem. Elite Limitane is in. Horseman is on its way in. Not going to upgrade Cataphracts. He doesn't have enough to really get value out of that. And yeah, he's just going to camp in front here until the Royal Cannon comes. No, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Oh, he finally pulls back.
Ezra needs to lose some units so he can get more Royal Cannons out. He has too much queued. Come on, just go in. And maybe notice that this keep exists. Does Ezra know about this? I mean, he should, because where's Zeus gonna get gold?
Come on, Roos doesn't need gold. We all know that. Roos doesn't gather gold.
It's a fair assessment. At the same time, how many hunting cabins does Drum actually have? That's 1, that's 2, that's 50, that's 75-ish, that's like 90... 90...
I kid, but
120,
yeah, he's just...
140-ish. He did not build any outside. So he only has 140 passive gold and a high trade house, which is 125 now.
Yeah, so we're going to go with one Royal Cannon here just because the pop cap isn't allowing the other ones to come out. They're just stuck in queue because of pop cap situations. I think you just, delete a couple villagers on wood right now, like 10 villagers on wood, 15 villagers on wood, and, end the game. But you're not going to out-repair a Royal Cannon here, especially a Royal Cannon with artillery shot. So it's only a matter of time. We do have a high armory coming up. Did not think it would be possible for Drum to get to Imp, but he's going for it.
Let's see if it matters.
Ezra, yeah, he's taking the dive here. He's not even worried about his chances of losing this fight. He knows he's ahead. He's on top of the production building, and keep isn't long for this world.
I mean, the crossbows are all busy shooting the keep, so these men-at-arms actually living for quite a few seconds. But they will eventually not have a good time, because there's a lot more where that came from. Yeah, Ezra has 77 against 30 at this point.
Yeah, there's a conga line, man. He's just gonna swarm. It doesn't matter what he makes. Here comes Imp, congratulations, but you don't even have time to get your upgrades in.
I love that Drum went for the outside gold, actually, to take it away from Ezra as well. But he still has 2 golds in his base.
So Ezra's got 16 on stone, so I'm just wondering if those villagers are going to come up and just say, plant a keep in the ground and say, this is mine.
Quite honestly, at this point, you could probably, as the Ruse player, could say, well, maybe this is not gonna work out for me. Just maybe. Just maybe.
Yeah, you also could have said that at the start of this matchup. This is just a feels bad matchup for Ruse.
It's a really bad matchup for Ruse, but at the same time, look, that doesn't necessarily mean that people don't make mistakes. I've lost matchups before that I should have definitely won. I mean,
yeah,
no, that never happened.
Ezra is a high Conqueror 3 player. Drum, I think, is also a Conqueror 3 player. They do make mistakes, but they don't make as many as the rest of the ladder, and GG gets called.
Yeah, nice game there. So we've got Ezra up 2-1. I do think that is their third game, so there is one more. Ezra's on match point. Let me actually check that.
Correct. I am.
Yeah, their games went quite long, but if they always stay in that long, I can see why. Let's see here. And we've got the last matchup coming up. It is going to be Mongol versus Malians.
Yeah, Ezra with the Mongols. This is exciting. This Mongols, my favorite civ. I love playing them on ladder. Not the best civ.
I don't know that guy. Wait, that guy. I've never seen him before. There's nothing linking us. Don't blame me.
So this is another feels bad matchup, right? Malians in this situation, it just feels bad. So Malians can win. I've definitely thrown my fair share of games in this matchup, but it's definitely favored Mongols.
I think it's a decent matchup for Mali, actually. Like, you're not too bothered anymore. You basically just drop a tower on your pit mine and build a mill next to it, move some sheep out, and then you can just defend like that against spear rush.
I've seen that as well. Mongols has some answers. I've seen some overinvestment in spears and just to burn the tower down and take the pit mine anyway. You know, Mongols in this matchup is not really like rushing to Feudal Age. So they can play a little bit of an extended Dark Age if they want. So definitely some options there. We got Bald Lens, though. My only question, and we got an observer delay. Do you know if trade is an option on this map?
I mean,
I don't think
we're in 2025. Trade is never an option, but yes, I do believe that the markets are actually in the corners. We'll see in a moment. Baldland is more known for being one of the Pro Scout maps. Now, Mongols don't usually Pro Scout, and Malians... Trade posts are in the middle? Okay, never mind. So they're all halfway in the middle, but halfway up, basically. Thanks,
Okay,
Gully.
so that limits what Mongols wants to do here, so I can almost guarantee we're going to get some sort of Dark Age play then, if trade isn't an option. Sometimes in this matchup, you can just go straight to feudal, play a Keshik archer while trading behind to sort of try to outboom Malians, which with the recent nerf could be possible, but a middle trade post just makes that a moot point.
I don't think Never mind. Actually, I think Anatan recently traded in a match as Mongols against someone. I don't remember against whom. Pretty sure he lost.
It's controversial, and it's definitely very difficult to make it work. This is a matchup where it's just a little easier if you get a good neutral spawn. That's all.
It's so hard to defend, though. The problem is, like, Mali just opens with the cows, opens up with 3 cows, goes directly into Sofa. How do you defend any trade? You can't.
It is very difficult. Like I said, I do think the Malians is a little slow. If they kind of go that route, you can punish them on a pit mine. So it's sort of a trade-off, but it's another way to play this matchup. It's a way on certain maps that I will play this matchup, because your traditional Mongol, which the meta right now is definitely a fast Imperial, if you try that in this matchup, it's not the greatest.
Anyway, folks, we are about to find out what these guys have cooking for us, and in we go. Let's hope I transition to the right scene. Hell yeah.
Alright, so spawning on the east side of the map, we have Ezra with the Mongols. Really excited to kind of see what he does here. A lot of sheep on this map here. A little bit of a forward gold, but able to get on the small wood line. Uvu's in front, but not going to cause any particular issues. And on the west side, Malians in what can only be described as a nightmare situation for them, a forward gold spawn. Not what you want normally, not what you want in this matchup. And I look to kind of the rear of their base. They have one gold vein that is easily defendable, sort of in the corner there in the back, but everything else is forward. So Malians is going to have to work for every pit mine they want here.
Yeah, you could potentially argue to actually go for the trade landmark, but you can't really do that if Mongol goes Dark Age, because you can't build it out there without protection. So the only viable position, which would be next to the berry, so it kind of also covers the second gold mine. Yeah, so it's very rough. And yeah, as Gully says in the chat, Ezra's is in the corner, so that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so we do have the barracks Mongols with some Dark Age play here. Pack up, moving over to the Uvu so we can double produce there. And I've been seeing this more and more. Toll Outpost coming out on the Malians. I feel like Ezra could just overinvest in spears and take that with this type of spawn. But we'll see if he decides to go that route, or if he's just going to say, oh, you built a tower. I'm happy with that. It's an investment that I don't need to make, or that you made that I forced you to make, so...
It's right on the edge of TC range too, and since TC isn't actually a circle, but an overlap of different circles, so the corners actually shoot, this is actually in TC range up to about halfway of that tower.
Yeah. So we'll see how Ezra wants to play it. I do think it's possible to overproduce some spears, but right now he's only committing to the 2, and he's got a villager coming over, so we're getting a good old tower rush.
Oh yeah, like you just tower rush it so they can't mine, and you put the 2 spears there so they are forced to occasionally garrison and cause some idle.
Yeah, this is the drawback of the Toll Outpost, is you can't really go for an effective barracks. Normally, against a tower rush, you just make donzos and you spear throw at the villager till the villager dies.
Yeah, but that's a lot of investment. Like, if Mongols forces out a barracks, they're already happy. This time they force out the tower, it's not as much of an investment. And here comes the mill. We're gonna probably see a sheep being moved out in a second there. And yeah, generally you want to have 3 villagers here to shoot.
If Drum sees this. He can do a quick garrison in that toll outpost, and I think he might be able to pick that villager off. It's really questionable as to the range there, but I think that villager.
I think this might be in range.
That villager is definitely a possibility.
Is he gonna try for it? No, he's gonna try to mine a little bit, but Ezra is just gonna move his spear forward. While there's only one will here, this is not super dangerous. And we see 2 more spears arriving, so it's just gonna be 4 shooting. And is it in range? Villager takes damage, so yeah, if he had pulled more vills, Scout is also gonna go into the tower. Does Ezra notice this?
Ezra does. Villager's gonna get the tower up, though.
The tower refocused, but now Drum is actually controlling it. This is very dangerous. Like, I don't think I would go for it. He does, though. Villager lives with 2 health.
2 HP. 2 health. That is a close call here. Oh, spears have to come over. He's got to defend that villager because the scout's going to 2-hit it. Drum is definitely trying to 2-hit it.
Oh, this is a beautiful little event here. We're gonna see the bodyguards and the guy moving over, and the Vanguard Scout just reeling off, realizing, well, maybe I'm not getting that. But at the same time, this outpost that does not have arrow slits could have been burned down in the meantime. It has not been.
Yeah. And with that tower now fully up, this becomes a position that's hard to defend. And spears can pop out of this tower, start burning the houses. They can take the toll outpost, and Drum is in a little bit of trouble here.
Drum was not paying attention, and so his woodworkers went to outside straggler trees. A lot of idle time there, or rather a lot of walking time. Well, it happens. It happens. Ezra is going up with the deer stones. No real surprises there. And then... What do you do against this Malian? You kind of just go a few Mangudai. You try to pressure the wood line in the back, and they will go pure Javs. No, there's a barracks coming up for Drum. If I see that barracks, I'm going some Mangudai.
I would not go Mangudai. I would be more comfortable with base archers in this situation. Mangudai into Jav throwers is the worst.
It really is. They're just here to shoot over this wood line and be a nuisance.
Yeah, but your archers can already do that. So you don't really need Mangudai to get in there, right? You have deer stones, so your infantry is going to move faster in the range of this tower. So you can kind of get into and out of that wood line with relative ease.
Ezra's opening with a stable anyway, so Keshik it will likely be.
Yeah, that's the play you expect. Keshik will come in, they'll probably start burning down the house, start burning down the pit mine, get the raid bounty for those there. Drum is moving out for his second pit mine. It's on the 1600, so he's not going to be able to get as many houses around this one. But he'll still have a trickle of gold income from it. Couple cattle coming in from Drum. Fine. Get that passive resources started early.
Archery range is now on the way for Mongols as well. And Drum, so far, he's just Mars on the wood and getting out that pit mine, getting out his production buildings, and I think he should just call it at this moment. He has 3 extra cattle. That is also already a lot of greed. If he goes for more, this is very, very dangerous.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. Archery range, so we'll know if he's going Mangudai or if he's going archers. He's going archers, exactly what I thought he would.
So it's just going to be a classic feudal pressure. Khan eating a few thrown spears there, but does not make a connection. But Ezra realizes there's this very, very small wood line in the back that Drum is eating through. So he knows where to go, where to find the vills. And he pulled the Keshik in the front to start burning the toll outpost. Nice touch.
Yeah, he wants to take that toll outpost down because then this pit mine becomes completely undefendable. Drum, though. Ooh, Donzos get sucked in by the tower. Donzo's going to lose 1. If he doesn't retreat them, he's going to lose 2.
Yeah, hop in the tower.
Jump in the toll outpost. Okay, he didn't lose the second one, but now they just got sucked back in. He catches it, though. And yeah, this is such a pressure point that Ezra is just going to lean into.
Double barracks, 1 archery range now for Malians, but at the same time, he's also going for another full set of cattle. This is a lot of investment. This is a lot of investment for Mali, and Ezra is just making army in the meantime.
Yeah, Drum does not have enough production buildings. He needs to get jab throwers out to deal with these archers. And if he doesn't do so quickly, he's going to lose most of his gold access and won't be able to make them at all.
Yeah. Ezra doing a good job here with the archers. Doesn't lose it because the spear throws have not been massed up that much by this point. We're also getting the steeled arrow in for Mongols, so Ezra is ready to fight in a second. And there is a very flammable pit mine on the top side that would yield a lot of resources for a Mongol player that is going on an adventure.
Yeah. Donzos are going to come in and try to pick off a couple of these spears. Archers are going to turn them away.
Yeah.
Ezra, don't overextend. He just goes to the edge of the town center. Khan got a little close there. No garrison from drums, so he'll be able to stay. Yeah. Ezra picks off a Vil. Khan goes down by the Donzos, but Ezra came out on top of that one.
Quite heavily, so still only 1 archery range for Mali. Like, if Ezra just keeps on double producing and going full on archers, Drum cannot defend his second pit mine on the top side there. Not at all. He can't defend the first one either.
Yeah, this is match point, so I don't expect Drum to tap out early here, but I'm not seeing how he wins.
Blacksmith coming now. Yeah, he definitely needs the range defense, but going so heavily into the Donzos doesn't do anything for him. Yes, he has enough to deal with Kashik if they go in, but he has nothing against the archers.
Ooh, full outpost, not going to be in time. Ezra's wheeling around to the secondary pit mine. I don't think it's getting up, unless Ezra misses it. He doesn't have a scout, so he might not see it. Drum sees it, he pulls back.
Yeah.
Full outpost. Oh, just gets cancelled in time. No raid bounty for Ezra.
I was gonna say no. There was no resources popping up at that moment.
Yeah, the hit didn't happen, so Mongols doesn't get the raid bounty for it.
Are you one of those Mongol players that goes around with their Khan and shoots every building once?
No. That's annoying. Why would I do that?
Well, because then they took damage and you'd need to repair them in case you ever, delete them, cancel them for whatever dumb reason.
My preference is to murder Vils. I rather enjoy hearing their screams. Engagement coming up, Kashik charging in.
We're a family-friendly stream.
Archers.
As long as the Javs can just trade out like that, this is very favorable for Drum. But there's a lot of Kashik in the back here, and if Drum overextends moving out, then he'll have a problem. But so far, that was a good fight. There was not enough archers here to deal with the Javs. And now we're gonna deal with this tower. Where's the rest of the archers?
I am not sure where they went. Maybe they were on a bad rally somewhere, but they were not available when they were needed. Archer's gonna pick at the Donzos. Kashik's charging in. Jav's got to pull back, but there's too many Donzos here.
Donzos are pretty far forward though. Donzo numbers shrinking rapidly, and if the Donzos are gone, then these Kashik don't have anything that stopped them.
Yeah, he can take this fight. Donzos are too hurt. Even though Kashiks are allergic to Donzos, there's just not... He can take that fight.
Can just power through. I'm just looking at Ezra taking this deer camp, and I'm screaming at him to get survival techniques and a wheelbarrow if he moves Wills that far out, but he's not. And Drum is walling up at the top side there, so that's a nice little bit of respite for him, but still his army is not strong enough.
Mongols cannot afford economic upgrades. I don't know what planet you're talking about, but Mongols' ego can't support that type of investment.
What do you mean? They just got this fancy new upgrade for only 500 stone. That's really good. Anyway.
Ooh, Drum was able to stabilize, so I gotta eat my words earlier when I was like, I don't see how Drum comes back into this.
I don't blame you, because I looked at that 16 archer count and I was like, yeah, these 8 javelins will not be able to do anything about that, but in the actual fight, there were only 10 archers.
Yep. And so Ezra took a bad fight. This one might be swinging in Malian's favor really quickly. Keshiks are wheeling around, looking to jump on top of those Javs. Villager on the house is going to go down.
Double blacksmith? Did Drum forget that he has a blacksmith already? I'm confused what the second blacksmith is gonna do, but for now let's watch this fight. And again, these fights that are just stepping up, trading a few shots, they are so good for the Javs. That's not what Ezra wants to do.
Yeah, Ezra's got to commit and start dwindling these Javs down.
There's a siege engineering coming.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
But it's at this point, if he needs to keep up archer production while he makes rams. Because we're if you start making rams, if you're the one going into the rams, you're essentially trading 200 resources for something that will go against buildings while your opponent is building units to kill your units.
Yeah, you only really want one ram in this situation. The ram will pay for itself if it basically takes down 4 of these houses. So you just want one in this situation, no more than that. Oof. And that will give you the ability to actually come out on top, economically speaking. 32 archers in for Ezra. Only 28 of them are up front. Deerstones is coming up. Villager is going to get picked off that tower. Tower isn't going to go up. And yeah.
It's a very flammable mine.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going under the TC. There's nothing in there, so not too horrible to move under the feudal TC here. Drum is waiting for his steel arrow upgrade. But he should still be stepping up and trying to poke out some of those archers. Just not too far because, you know, the Keshik. Ezra's just waiting.
Donzo's moving forward. Maybe they're going to take some shots at this battering ram.
That's not enough. And the Javs, I mean, eventually you will be able to kill with the Jav. Where are we going? Drum, that's a little far. That's very far.
Keshiks are going to force the Javs back. Archers moving forward, and here's just that micro. This is all about the micro. Can Drum micro this correctly? Get the Javs on the archers. Keshiks kind of just bobbing and weaving in between, just waiting for their opportunity, waiting for those Javs to get too far forward or those Donzos to get windled down.
Archer numbers are still strong. Donzo numbers still staying up, but while Ezra is getting all of this raid bounty in, he is almost up to castle age.
Curl tie then. That's what this is going to be. Curl tie.
I mean, it doesn't really matter what you do because you're just going to get your castle upgrades and push in. But yeah. Curl tie would help. Curl tie would definitely help.
Yep, Deerstones might be sacrificed here just to buy time. Yeah, this is just going to chew up a lot. He packs it up. He's going to try to save it. Keshik swinging around the backside to raid, finding the ranches and the cattle, but nothing else. Going for the woodline. Villagers running for their dear lives.
Very nice find. Deerstones are being moved away now, and the Keshik just reel off while Ezra is going castle age at home. Drum also trying to match castle. So the Mongol window is not actually very big. Ezra is getting the superior mobility, so the Kurotai will be quite speedy, making it across the map, but Drum will already be castle and getting his upgrades in. So there's not really an opening for the Mongols.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
God, what is with those Keshik?
They're trying to find something, but they're going to get cornered. This is
pretty bad.
Take a lot of damage. Yeah.
This is really bad. Nice walls coming up here for Drum. He should make a gate so he can escape with the will so he doesn't lose anything here. Khan's out. Is this wall still open? It is not. Beautiful walls. Villagers, please move away. Please exit the area. Please exit the area. Wow, that was...
Yeah, the only... I was secretly rooting for a Deerstones to go down in between the cow boom. It's the most evil thing Mongols can do.
Wow.
But
I have not seen that
Fulani
before,
Corral.
but yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah, so what you do is you just put it in the middle, and you don't care if your opponent burns it down because it just blocks the Grand Fulani Corral from coming down.
Yeah, it
It's
cannot
a
be
very
moved.
mean thing to do. Yeah, very mean to do. But I don't know that
Oh
the
god,
loss of those Keshiks mixed with this Grand Fulani Corral coming up,
this is really bad.
I think the window kind of closed for Ezra.
There,
He
there
might be...
there is no window. That's the 17 Javs that are about to be veteran against the veteran archers that will have a Kurotai, but you know, there's also double stables coming up for Drum at this moment.
And no Keshiks.
And no Keshiks to deal with those so far. We don't have enough gold to get all of the upgrades at once, so that is one saving grace. Yeah, Drum is mismacroing a little bit. Way too much food, way too little gold.
It's not going to matter. The loss of those Keshiks really just sort of sealed this.
Yeah. Is Ezra trying to go imp? He does have tons of food saved up, or is this like a no? What's the point of a horseman switch once your opponent goes Mars Sofa?
I mean, there's no way out. Malians eco at this point is just impossible to overcome.
It's pretty good.
You know, I mean, it was massive favor Ezra all the way until those Keshiks. Shaman picks up the relic only to get absolutely murdered by veteran javelin throwers. And now Drum is taking the fight to Ezra.
Yeah, I mean, Ezra can hold this for now. It does have the Kurotai here, so Drum can't really push in until he has Sofa Mass. Ezra needs to take this fight immediately, needs to trade out as much as he can.
Yeah, because of Kurltai, this trade with these jab throwers isn't as bad. Jab throwers tend to overkill a lot in these situations, so you can take some closer to even fights here. Keshiks, though, there's just not enough of them. Donzos are moving up to take the fight, get some good pokes in, and for a little bit, Ezra bought himself some more time.
Yep,
But
decent
those
fight.
sofas are coming.
Decent fight, but at this point, Drum can just say, well, you know what? I don't actually care for these javelin throwers, like, at all. Let me just go into Donzo and Sofa.
Nope.
No imported armor just yet. Okay, now he's actually floating gold. He just doesn't have the wood to get the upgrade.
Yeah, these archers right here, normally in this situation they can take this fight. There's just not enough of them.
Yeah. Nice
Keshiks
Keshiks into...
desperately
Yeah.
trying to cut off reinforcements, but Ezra doesn't have enough.
And he knows it. It is 2-2 tied up.
Feels bad, man. I hate seeing Mongols go down like that.
I mean, he kind of killed himself. Let's be real here.
I'm not going to disagree with you, but it still feels bad.
It feels pretty bad.
So, Game 5, which is going to be the deciding game, is a very interesting matchup.
Quick shout out, we've got a Gully versus Talonors now, so Talonors took the first match. Guys, if you had made your second match observable, maybe we would have covered that.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I fully expect Gully to make
Stomp
it
all over that.
semifinals and likely to the finals. He's currently my favorite player, like the player I think has the greatest chance to win in this tournament. But you know, on the other side of the bracket, Knock Knock, Creator, they definitely can take some games and take some series off Gully as well, and so can Ezra. So, but we're gonna look at game number 5. Did you have an opportunity to post the matchup yet?
I have not seen the matchup yet, so just waiting on our players.
Gotcha. Well, when you have a chance, send me a group invite.
Yep. Hold on. Oh, well, that's the other way around. I'm just trying to fix the matches that we actually saw here. Boop. Yes, we can. Please. Hello, cow overlay. Do what I want you to.
Sorry, Cow busy at EGC. Does not able to help.
Classic Cow.
Classic.
We kid because we love, or something. He's doing a little bit.
Love is a strong word.
Love is a strong word.
Love is a...
We tolerate. We tolerate.
No, the reality is, I think if there was a single person you can say does the most for this community, Cow is definitely in that conversation. And as such, he just paints a target on his back. That's all.
It's also like his personality that paints the big target, but yeah, I get it. Oh, we've got oof. We've got Delhi versus Jenny. So that is an excellent matchup for Drum. Love to be Jenny going into Delhi, but yeah, still, if you lose a big fight in feudal against Delhi, you lose the game. That still holds true. You just, as Jenny, you generally don't lose.
Yeah, so Jenny wants to play feudal. Delhi wants to play feudal. It's a match made in heaven, right? It's going to come down to who wins the fights more often.
Beat 'em up.
Do you know if they made the game yet?
They have not. Just staring at Ezra's name tag, waiting for him to say in-game. It just says online.
Okay. That's fine. So maybe they took a break. I'm going to check their chat out. Make sure that they didn't take a break, but...
Yeah, I'm not going to say depressing, but the part that is surprising to me is we're still in the first round.
Yeah, these tournaments are going to be a little long. We're used to that, though. I know you're over there in Europe, so it's pretty late. But speaking for myself, it's plenty early. It's just the afternoon for me.
Just taking a quick look at our current bracket. So Gully took a 3-0, as you'd expect. Talanor's 3-1 against Epiviosi. And Tiger actually beating out Deepshine 3-1. Going up against
Not
Creator
surprising.
now. Oh my god, Creator versus Verbix 3-2. You know what? I expected that to be a 3-0, so good on Verbix. Sorry that you lost.
I think Verbix is a really good player.
Verbix is a good player, but I thought Creator was just a step above what most other people currently have. Then we've got Knock Knock taking 3-0 over Dirtis. And yeah, Ezra Drum is the only game that is still going in round 1, by the way. Dexter beating Xlove, and we've got Lunar Spear going 3-0 over Acors. Shout out to Acors for trying it, but yeah. I think he is the lowest ranked player in the first round.
Is he? How? I don't know. I'm not sure what rank he is.
Let me check that for you. He is currently Diamond 1.
So, as soon as you send me an invite, we're going to have a little bit of a game lag, but Drum and Ezra did start there. It's EGC Dry River, and it's probably just going to be a feudal fight to the death.
There
but
it
in
is.
recent patches, Jenny's dominance, let's say, in the feudal age once she gets to level 3 has been toned down a little bit, but she's still a force to be reckoned with. The healing ability she has. The only real question that I have is, do you go melee Jenny or do you go ranged?
You go melee because the Ghazi will just eat you or try to eat you anyway. If you go ranged, you just die.
That's fair. I rarely use ranged Jenny. I like the melee version, but
I like ranged Jenny a lot. You just one-shot siege and siege equipment in Imperial later.
Yeah, I like it because Delhi's going to try to pull back hurt Ghazis. They're going to try to pull back any hurt units, heal them up, get them back into the fight. And ranged Jenny is just a really good tool to just pick them off as they're retreating.
That's also nice. And you can walk up to a villager line and you shoot twice, and then you just pull out your sacred shot, and then a villager's dead.
Yeah, so there's some some things I like about Ranged Jenny. I do think you're right, though. If you go Ranged Jenny, Ghazi Raiders are just going to be sitting there salivating like, let me at them. So definitely, I think we're going to get a melee Jenny here. Pro Scouts or no Pro Scouts? On this map, I think Jenny goes Pro Scouts.
I mean, if you don't, then you're open to potential Ghazi raids. Let me remember how Dry River looks, or rather where the... Do the deer spawn in the valley down?
I think they might, if memory serves me right, because this is just Rocky River without the water.
It's been a while, but I think so.
Yeah, that's the thing with these crafted maps is you can't play them unless you're in custom games. So you can kind of lose sight of how the map actually lays out, because there's a lot of them, a lot of really good ones. So, but I do believe it's just Rocky River without the water, and they may have removed the neutrals. I feel like they were just trying to create a more tame version of Rocky River, which is a great map. I love Rocky River. But they removed the neutrals, and I think they removed the fishing. But we'll find out. We got a 2-minute observer delay. Yeah. So.
I would love to put that on screen, but apparently I forgot to put a timer there, or this themed version. You know, I had this whole theme set up on yesterday night, and then I realized, wait, the pixel version that we had for the show match, for the War of the Broses ones, where we had all the pixel flags that I had beautifully crafted an interface for, does not have the new civs, so I can't use it.
Yeah, you had the best intentions. Unfortunately, the DLC kind of, threw a little bit of a rock in your plans, but I appreciate the effort.
So, Sherman, if you're watching, and if you happen to make the new civ flags pixelated, hey.
Feel like just reach out to him on Discord and kind of ask him.
Yeah, I'll ask him. I already feel bad because it's like really high quality stuff that he made and he gave to us for free.
That's what I like about this community is we have a lot of members that contribute their time and their energy to making really good quality mods and just add-ons. And this community has a lot of them. So, really awesome. I'm just checking out some of the other matchups we got going on before we jump into this game. Only 45 more seconds. I'm taking a look at the Gully Deckle Parlanners.
Take a quick look at the bracket again, folks. Any wishers here, in case this might be a short game, potentially, and just duke it out in feudal? What do people want to see? Tiger Creator, Knock Knock Baxter, Lunar Spear versus winner of this, or Gully versus Talonors?
I mean, they're all really good options. I'm a big fan of watching Gully. He's been on a little bit of an Ayubid kick lately. I see that he drafted Ayubids in this next series, so that would be fun to watch. But for the time being, we do have Game 5 starting up.
Sounds good. So let's hop into that one and maybe put on caster mode as well. Folks, welcome to game number 5 in round number 1 of this matchup between Drum and Ezra. We've got Jeanne D'Arc in the western spawn going up against the Delhi Sultanate in the east. And on a classic map that we haven't seen in a while. This is Dry River. As you see, it is not actually dry.
I was going to ask. I thought there was going to be no fishing because the dry portion of it, but I guess the dry just refers to the lack of neutrals.
There's a lack of neutrals, but there's also the dry highland that we've got over here, all on the top side. But yeah, there's a Rocky River, there is Rocky Canyon, and there's Dry River. And if you can keep them apart, then kudos to you.
Yeah, so kind of looking at these spawns right here, Delhi Sultanate, their deer spawn kind of feels like it's a drum deer spawn. It's right there in the middle of the map. I don't think Ezra's going to have an easy time getting to those. You got a couple berries here, but for the most part, whoever controls the middle part of this map is going to be having a good day.
This is a
'Cause there's
lot
a
of
lot of food.
food. Yeah, that's 10 deer, 10 shoreline fish right there to be taken, plus the deer camp. That's pretty nice. So there is a lot of incentive to go down here and fish, likely with villagers, maybe with a dock. I don't think we're gonna see a dock in this matchup. Like, not even a little bit.
I'm surprised that JD is not going for a dock. Delhi can also go for a dock, but it's a little awkward for them too. But JD, there's a lot of benefits here. So recent patch updates, shoreline fish have 600 food instead of the 500 food. I think that's a patch update, not a map specific thing. But the gather rate on shoreline fish was increased for fishing ships, so a little bit more of an incentive here. And when you've got 5 in a pond, that's 3,000 food that you get access to. So I thought Drum could go for that, but opts not to.
I don't think you can actually place a dock without deleting one of those fish, so it's only 4. But it's still a lot of food.
Third pond in from the northeast side you can.
Yeah, potentially. I can see that maybe working out.
Yeah, a couple ponds I think you can, but you're right. There's a couple ponds where you're going to delete a fish. But still, 2,400 food is a lot of food, and in a matchup that is going to be heavy feudal, you want all the food you can get.
Just gonna pause a second, it's a little stuttery.
So, School of Cavalry, Dome of the Faith, really no surprises here, right? Jenny doesn't have another option for feudal without any neutrals, and we were never really going to get a Chamber of Commerce.
If we're gonna get a chamber, then it's gonna be on a map without a neutral post.
Listen, I am guilty of going Silvertree as Mongols on King of the Hill, so it happens.
When you drive that silver tree into the enemy base, they're gonna be like, "Oh my god!"
It's a glorified. It looks nice. That's what it does for you.
It does look nice. It's a very nice horse on top.
Yeah. So Dome of the Faith, Delhi. It's definitely the preferred one. The feudal age healing, the quicker technologies, the cheaper scholars. Tower of Victory you have an argument for here because you feel like this is going to be such a heavy feudal map, but it's also not really necessary, and the healing that you get from Dome of the Faith is really valuable in this matchup as well.
No. Delhi is winning the sheep battle 12-7 at this point, so Drum not gonna be super happy about that as a French variant, though. Jenny needs less food than the regular French counterpart because of the, what's it called? The Consecrate that you can put on your buildings that will lower the food cost.
Yeah, Consecrate is really powerful. It's part of the reason why Jenny is very strong in feudal is not only do you have royal knights that will heal themselves if you go for chivalry, very annoying to deal with, but they're cheaper too, so you can have more of them.
Yeah. So far,
right on cue, that knight is on the way over to the gold, gonna try to disrupt the scholar production. Ezra scouts it. He's just tracking that first knight.
Where's that Vil going?
Jenny age up.
Oh.
And we have women at arms.
We've got women at arms and we've got a dock. Actually surprised that Drum is sending out a villager to build a side dock here. I would have expected him to send Jenny out and then just immediately level her up once she built the dock.
Yeah. And that dock, as you previously mentioned, is going to delete a fish, so there's only 2,400 food available, but no matter.
Oh no! It's still really good.
Yeah. And so Ezra's got to get a barracks down really soon to get access to his gold. Otherwise, he's just going to be not making scholars.
Yeah, 2 Ghazis will be able to deal with 1 knight, but if Jenny arrives here, she does have a heal, she does have a cleave. That's not a happy fight you want to be taking. Ezra, though, he can just trade out some damage here, pull back, and heal back up. So that's nice if you are the Delhi and you fight next to your base. 4 Ghazi, that's actually really dangerous if Drum doesn't pay attention and these guys just get fully healed up as we see a nice raid on the woodline. Unfortunately, no charge. Yeah, You can actually just heal back up and then just take out the Jenny and one knight for free. Speaking of taking out a knight for free.
Has to be careful here. Ghazis are faster than knights, so if your knight gets too low, Ghazis can track it down and kill it.
Yeah, that knight is not making it away. Jenny is waiting over here, but you don't want to be wasting... Or do you use the heal? No, he doesn't even have it available. That's -1. It's kind of painful.
Yeah, saving grace here is that Ezra does not have gold, so he's just on... It says 3 scholars, but I only see 2 garrisoned.
There is one in the stable, and where are the other scholars? Okay, two are out and healing.
Yeah, so no spears yet for Ezra, so maybe he's just saying, I'm going to play this Ghazi only, and that is a brave way to go, but definitely something you can do here. You just got to pick off knights, which he's already shown that is a tool in his toolbox.
I think Drum is overstaying his welcome, actually. He has not used his Consecrate charge, and I would actually expect Drum to go into some spears very, very soon, because as you see here, the Ghazi, they just overwhelm and take out. If he goes for Jenny now, Jenny's just dead.
Yeah. Drum got a little too aggressive there and overstayed his welcome.
That's another knight going down. 3 dead knights. That's actually a disaster. And Ezra can now move out to the sacred side. Sanctity is done. Drum panic building a tower on his woodline. He does have a second dock planned out and is fishing with 3 ships. Yeah, he's way too aggressive while he's going for fishing at the same time. Knight gets pulled back this time around, and Jenny is still alive to soak up this experience. That's really important.
Yeah, that's the only silver lining here. But you're down 3 knights. And Ezra now has map control back, so he can go back to scholar production if he wants. He has access to food. Got a couple walls coming up here. And does Ezra play this only stables?
I mean,
so
for now,
looks that way.
He's super happy. He does have a barracks now, so he's adding some spears in. I don't think he has to. Honestly, there's no reason for Ezra to go into spears unless he wants to just have this for safety of mind at home, so he doesn't get raided.
Spears are good in this matchup. Obviously, they don't work well against Jenny, but you have the Ghazi Raiders. They work very well against those knights, so they just act as a deterrent. Ezra
Villager has been forgotten.
Yeah.
And now
ship comes out.
Does he see the second dock as well? Let's find out. No, only knows about the one dock, but you know, if there's a one in the second pond, maybe in the first one there will be one as well.
Yeah, conventional wisdom says that if you find one somewhere in the middle there, they probably have one in the neighboring pond.
You know, the thing that mostly surprises me about Ezra's play right now, he has this huge win. He drives Drum back. Why is he not going for sacred sites? He's going for a full wall. He has pro scouts finished, but like the Delhi bonus that you get for free, that you basically build your whole game plan around, he's not using it.
Yeah, not entirely sure. He looks to be kind of walling up his side, trying to secure some of these resources and make sure that Drum can't raid him. The thing about this matchup is Royal Knights, right? If they find villagers out on deer, they find villagers out on a wood line or berries, it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be very ugly. So he's, playing a little turtley, a little bit less aggressive, just making sure that he doesn't have a game-ending mistake.
Yeah. A lot of these Ghazi are pretty hurt. Probably you should pull them back. But does he see those knights just at the edge of his vision? Nah, don't think he saw them. But there's no purchase for raiding anymore. Except for that half-built wall at the top side. But, at least it gives you a little bit of information as it gets burned.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a knight should be able to pass through there, but it fully blocks it, so it kind of does its job.
Knights moving across. Oh my god, they're going for the line. Now they're going for the scholar. I was gonna say, free scholar for free. Jenny soaks up the experience, and now there's actually enough knights here to deal with these hurt Ghazi. And
Yeah, this is where the spears come in handy.
yeah, but the problem with the spears is there's a Jenny with 4 charges of cleave ready to go, and the knights actually live longer even against spears if you throw down a heal with them. Like, spears are usually not the answer for the Delhi. Okay, here's the engagement. Here's the engagement. Let's see how long Jenny survives. It mostly comes down to that.
Ghazi charging on top. Knights gotta turn around.
Beautiful charge. 2 knights kind of cut off here from the rest. We still have how many charges to go on that cleave? Oh, 2 knights lost. That's pretty bad.
Makes up for the loss of the Ghazis that he took on that charge back. Drum, little bit of some panic walls coming up. Kind of trying to make sure that those Ghazis can't swing around there.
Yeah, and
there's
finally
the first sacred site.
Okay, here's the one thing that these spears do. We can now build walls, so that's pretty important. That's very, very nice. Yes, I can see that.
Yeah, if he doesn't watch out though, that Scholar's gonna die by the Knights. Scholar gets pulled back. Knights can't complete their charge.
Good reaction.
Yeah, look at Ezra's base here, right? He can't.
Oh god, we have farms.
Right?
Farms, Ezra? Why? I mean, you're fully walled now, so eventually the farms start to pay off. Okay. Knights taking a little bit of a fight against the spears, which they will win. You can win this fight if you micro it correctly, but you definitely don't want to be losing a knight here.
Yeah, you got a couple hurt knights there that you're worried about, so you're not going to take that fight. You have chivalry in, so you can wait a little bit, but
3 scholar for free.
I mean,
and the Ghazi are just moving back. They're still very hurt, so no healing them back up. Ezra is now finally starting to produce scholars again. But he's going straight
castle.
He's going straight to Castle Age, and that is look at the knight count. I am a little scared for Ezra here going castle like that. And I mean, oh god, he's going full farm transition. Ezra, what are you doing? Okay, if you can take out some knights here, then you're still in this game, but if you hit castle now and Drum just walks in with his full knight line.
Yeah, I think Ezra might be trying House of Learning coming up. Maybe he's just going to lean hard into his own knights. He could try to get a War Elephant. They're a little slow at the stage of the game in terms of their ability to move around the battlefield, but
if you get a single War Elephant, you can defend your base. And you have farms, so you don't immediately die like that. But Jenny also hits level 3 in that fight.
Yeah, Jenny level 3 when your castle isn't as scary.
It's still pretty scary.
A little, but
Sacred Site is still being taken. That's pretty much the best news there. Drum should not allow that with how much he's investing into feudal.
Yeah, and now that Drum has a good Knight Archer comp here, Ezra can't take this fight. Ezra needs to lean heavy either into a War Elephant or into his own Mass Knights.
Ezra is going for a raid now, top side. So he's just gonna try and... Yeah, War Elephant immediately so he can fight. Drum doesn't really have anything to deal with the elephant directly, except that he, just throws 60 knights at it and hopes that the heal keeps most of them alive.
Yeah,
and
I think...
crossbows.
You need castle. You need crossbows at this point to deal with that War Elephant, because the War Elephant could just march into your base, shut your eco down, and you don't need a ram. The War Elephant is the ram.
Yeah, it really comes down to how long that elephant lives. And we do have 7 scholars that could pop out and mass heal it. So let's see if Drum can find some damage. There's also potential Wallow defense here. Scholars are on their way back.
Scouts tanking a charge there. Not really that big of a deal. Ghazis are going to try to work their way back into the base to come to the defense, but Drum is opting for the no castle. He's going to
Second
all
war
on this.
elephant. Second war elephant is real scary. Jenny about to hit level 3 here.
Ooh, housing could be an issue. Ezra's gonna have to quickly put up some houses. Garrison here.
Jump, fix your macro. We
Ezra.
have so much wood.
Second war elephant. Drum can't take this. He needs castle.
Okay, Jenny. Oh god, Jenny's dead. Oh, she just touches the war elephant and explodes. Without Jenny, this fight is not winnable. Gotta run and hide.
Knights charge back, take some Ghazis. Archers desperately trying to just pick off any spears that they can without dying to the Ghazi. This is problematic.
Okay.
Jenny is so far from Castle Age here. No answer for these war elephants. They're just going to keep marching forward.
Yeah, it's been a good kite here, doing some damage while running back, but crossbow numbers are still somewhat decent. Jenny is still not level 3. She's about to hit it. Needs 20 more experience. That is one good cleave into those spears. One more charge. 14. There's the level up. Let's go. Level up. She's up. Summon. And now we've got a fight on our hands, but Divine Restoration has already been used. Let's look at those elephants.
Knights get a surround on one elephant, but being picked at by the crossbows. Archers coming up to try to take out those crossbows.
There's too many. There's just too many. That's 75 resource, 75 experience for Jenny, but then she just gets stabbed down by the elephant. And how are we dealing with that as we're still in feudal? Drum has enough food to go castle, but he did not go for the gold. Yeah, I mean, if you take that fight and Jenny stays alive in the initial engagement, maybe, but I don't see it. He was just a little too slow.
Yeah, and this is like sort of a effect of the walling off that Ezra did. Drum couldn't scout, Drum couldn't sense the castle timing coming in, so he kind of got surprised by it and over-invested into base archers at that point in time, I think. And there was just this really clean timing that Ezra had there that just, I think, caught Drum flat-footed.